Hello children, welcome back to your English class. In this session, we are going to study about sentences, that is simple, compound and complex. Let's start. Before knowing anything else, we should know what is a sentence. Here you can see it is written, this is a sentence. So in this part, this is called subject and is a sentence is predicate. So in this way, a sentence is divided. So in simple terms, a sentence is a set of words that contain a subject. And what is a subject? Subject is what the sentence is about, the topic of the sentence, and a predicate. And what is a predicate? Predicate is what is said about the subject, that is known as predicate. Let's try to understand it more clearly through this example. In this sentence, you speak English, you is subject and remaining part of the sentence, that is known as predicate. Speak English is predicate. This example sentence is very short, of course. A sentence can be longer and more complicated, but basically there is always a subject and a predicate. Look at this longer example. Ram and Tara speak English when they are walking. In this sentence, we should note that the predicate always contains a verb. Sometimes, in fact, the predicate is only a verb, means without any object. So in this sentence, Ram and Tara is subject and speak is verb and English when they are working is object. From speak to working, it is predicate and Ram and Tara is subject. Let's understand it more clearly through this example. Smoke rises. So in this sentence, there is only one verb, that is rises. But smoke is subject and rises is predicate part. So through these examples, we understood that a sentence consists one subject and at least one verb. But there is one apparent exception. Apparent exception means clear exception to this, the imperative. Imperative sentences, when someone gives you a command in imperative sentences, they usually do not use a subject. They don't say the subject because it is obvious. Obvious means it is understood. The subject is you. Look at these examples of the imperative with and without a subject. Let's see this sentence. Stop. So it is obvious that someone is saying to other that you should stop. So you is understood and you is subject, though it is not shown here, and stop is verb and this is the predicate part of the sentence. Let's read out few more examples. Wait a minute. You look. Everybody look. So we have seen that in stop only one word, verb is there, stop, and this sentence is complete in itself without any subject and without any object, but this sentence is complete. This is imperative sentence. Wait a minute. Again, in this sentence there is no subject, but the subject is understood. Wait is verb, a minute is object, and this sentence is complete in itself. You look. In this sentence, you is given, that is subject, look is verb, and this sentence is complete sentence. Everybody look. Again, subject is given, everybody, and look is verb, and this sentence is also complete in itself. A sentence should consist one subject and one verb, and it should give complete meaning. Sometimes it may be possible that subject is hidden. So the definition of a sentence is, a sentence is a group of words which gives us complete sense. Complete sense means complete meaning. So here you can see that a sentence expresses a complete thought. Here are some examples of complete and incomplete thoughts. Let's read out. So the first one is, he opened the door. Yes, it is of complete thought. By saying complete thought means it gives us complete meaning. Come in please. It is also of complete thought, means this sentence also gives us complete meaning. Do you like coffee? Yes, it is also of complete thought. Now take a look on these sentences. People who work hard. A fast moving animal with big ears. What did we understand? Do these sentences gives us complete sense or complete meaning? No, they don't give us complete sense or complete meaning. We should always remember that a sentence begins with a capital letter means it starts with a capital letter and ends with a full stop or a question mark or an exclamation mark according to the sentence. See the examples. People need food. This is simple sentence. Start with capital letter and ends with full stop. Second question, how are you? It is an interrogative sentence. It also started with capital letter, but at the end you should put question mark. Though the sentences are categorized into different types, but here we will study our topic. First of all, let's know about simple sentence or the simple sentence structure. A simple sentence consists of one independent clause. Now, what is clause? An independent clause contains a subject and a verb and expresses a complete thought. And you know the meaning of complete thought? Complete thought means complete sense. By now, you came to know what is a sentence. Now, let me tell you about the clause. A clause is a group of words that contain a verb and usually other components. A clause may form part of a sentence or it may be a complete sentence in itself. Let's see the examples. He was eating a bacon sandwich. It is a clause and also a complete sentence in itself. So, this is a clause, this is a complete sentence, and this is also a independent clause. Independent clause is a complete sentence. Already we have learned the definition of a simple sentence, that a simple sentence consists of one independent clause. An independent clause contains a subject and a verb and expresses a complete thought. So it means the previous example was a clause as well as simple sentence. Now let's take a look on few more examples of simple sentence. I like coffee. This is complete sentence and simple sentence. Many likes tea. The earth goes round the sun. Mary did not go to the party. These all are simple sentence. Now let's see compound sentence. A compound sentence is two or more independent clauses, means either two or more than two independent clauses joined by a conjunction or semicolon. Each of these clauses could form a sentence alone. The formation of a compound sentence is independent clause which is connected with coordinating conjunction. Again independent clause. Let's take a look on this example. I like coffee. Mary likes tea. These two are independent clauses which is connected with and. So and is coordinating conjunction in this sentence, and I like coffee, Mary likes tea. These two are independent clauses. By adding and, we have framed these two independent clauses in one sentence. I like coffee and Mary likes tea. Another example is Mary went to work but John went to the party. So here again we can see that Mary went to work, John went to the party. These two are independent clauses, but it is connected with coordinating conjunction but. As we know, there are 7 coordinating conjunctions like and, but, or, nor, for, yet, so. You can remember it by mnemonic fanboys. Now let's know about complex sentence. A complex sentence consists of an independent clause plus a dependent clause. Now what is a dependent clause? A dependent clause starts with a subordinating conjunction or a relative pronoun and contains a subject and verb but does not express a complete thought. As we have already learnt about the independent clause, that is also called the main clause or the principal clause. These are the different names of independent clause. Now let us know about the subordinate clause. As it is reflected by the name itself, subordinate means a subordinate clause depends on a main clause for its meaning. Together with the main clause, a subordinate clause forms part of a complex sentence. Here are two examples of sentences containing subordinate clauses. Let's see. After we had lunch, we went back to work. After we had lunch, this is subordinate clause because it is not giving the complete meaning itself. We went back to work. It is main clause. I first saw her in Paris. This is main clause. Where I lived in the early 90s. This is subordinate clause. These are some common subordinating conjunctions which are used to frame a complex sentence like after, although, etc. And these are the 5 basic relative pronouns. They are that, which, who, whom, whose. These are also used in forming the complex sentences. Basically, there are only 3 types, that is simple, compound and complex, but it is further divided into compound complex sentence. Let's see it. A compound complex sentence consists of at least 2 independent clauses and 1 or more dependent clauses. Let's see the structure or the formation of compound complex sentence. It should have 1 independent clause which is connected with subordinate conjunction or subordinating conjunction. Again 1 dependent clause, then it is connected with coordinating conjunction, and again independent clause. Let's see the examples. John didn't come because he was ill, so Mary was not happy. In this sentence, John didn't come, it is independent clause, and because is subordinating conjunction. He was ill, it is dependent clause. So is coordinating conjunction. Mary was not happy, this is independent clause. Another example is he left in a hurry after he got a phone call, but he came back 5 minutes later. As I have already told you that a dependent clause is also called a subordinate clause. So the examples which I have given are basic examples only. In some cases, other arrangements are possible. For example, a dependent clause can come before an independent clause. So in the end, let's take a recap of all type of sentences. The first one is simple sentence. The formation of a simple sentence is it has only 1 independent clause. The examples are these: I like coffee, Mary likes tea, the earth goes round the sun, etc. The structure of a compound sentence is 1 independent clause connected with coordinating conjunction, and then again independent clause. Examples are here: I like coffee and Mary likes tea. Mary went to work but John went to the party. Now the third one, complex sentence. The formation or the structure of a complex sentence is it has 1 independent clause connected with subordinating conjunction and 1 dependent clause. For example, we missed our plane because we were late. Another example, our dog barks when she hears a noise. And the last or the fourth one is compound complex sentence. The structure or the formation of a compound complex sentence is it has 1 subordinating conjunction, 1 dependent clause, 1 coordinating conjunction which connects all these clauses, and 1 independent clause. For example, John didn't come because he was ill. So Mary was not happy. Let's see another example. He left in a hurry after he got a phone call, but he came back 5 minutes later. So this is all about sentences: simple, compound and complex. Though the fourth one, compound complex sentence, is not in your course, but it is explained.